Hi guys, welcome back to my channel.
In this video, we will see practical problems based on union and intersection of sets. We have already seen union and intersection of sets. If you haven't, then there is a link in the description box below, you can check that out. So in order to solve the problems under this topic, we have three formulas. We will see how did we get those formulas and how to apply those formulas in the problems. For that, first let's take two finite sets. So let set A and B be a finite set. So let's see in the Venn diagram. We know this is U and we have set A and set B. So this is, what is this? A intersection B, right? Now what is this? This region. That is this region. This is A minus B, agreed? And what is this? Similarly, what is this? B minus A, right? So now from the Venn diagram, what is A union B? So A minus B plus A intersection B plus B minus A. So A union B is nothing but this whole region, right? So we have A minus B plus A intersection B plus B minus A. Now if you are talking about number of terms, so what are number of terms in A union B? How many number of terms? So this will be number of terms in A minus B plus number of terms in A intersection B plus number of terms in B minus A, right? Now if you add and subtract, n of A intersection B, this will not make any change, right, to the equation. So now your equation will be n of A union B is equal to n of A minus B plus n of A intersection B plus n of B minus A. We will add n of A intersection B and we will subtract n of A intersection B. Right? We have said add and subtract n of A intersection B. So we have added n of A intersection B minus we have subtracted minus n of A intersection B. So this will not make any change to the equation, right? So now we have n of A union B is equal to, let's group these two terms. Here we have n of A minus B plus n of A intersection B. So that is n of A minus B plus n of A intersection B. So this will give you this whole circle, right? What is this whole circle? This is set A. So number of terms in A. Similarly, let's group these two terms. So here we have n of B minus A plus n of A intersection B. So here we have number of terms in B minus A plus A intersection B. So that means this whole B, right? This whole circle, which is nothing but your set B. So number of terms in set B. So here we are left with minus n of A intersection B. So this is your formula. Here we have number of terms in A union B is equal to n of A plus n of B minus n of A intersection B. So this is the first one. So let me do the second one. In this case also we have, let set A and B be a finite set and A intersection B is an empty set, which means there is no common terms in A and B. So how do you draw the Venn diagram for this? So we have, so this is set A, there is no any common between A and B, so you will do it separately, right? So you will put this A intersection B is equal to pi means this is 0, right? So you will put this in this same equation. So your equation will be n of A union B is equal to n of A plus n of B minus, here A intersection B is null set. So number of terms in A intersection B will be 0. So your equation will be n of A union B is equal to n of A plus n of B if A intersection B is equal to 5. So when A intersection B is equal to a null set, then your equation will be n of number of terms in A union B will be number of terms in A plus number of terms in B. So this is your second formula. Now let's move on to the third formula. But before that, pause the video and note this down. Now let's see the third formula. Now let's take three sets. Let A, B and C be three finite sets. Then number of terms in A union B union C. For that, first let's take this as one element, that is one set. So we have A union B. We will put the same equation here, a number of terms in A union B. We will put this formula. So your equation will be n of A plus n of B. In place of B, we have B union C. So we have n of B union C minus n of A is A intersection. What is B? B is B union C, right? I hope you are getting my point. Simply replacing B as B union C. Now your equation will be n of A plus, again you have n of A union B. It's in the form A union B. So you will put the same formula. So your equation will be n of B plus n of C for this minus n of B intersection C, right? So from here to here, this is a formula for n of B union C minus, we are left with this, right? So we have n of A intersection B union C. Now let's open this bracket. We have n of A plus n of B plus n of C minus n of B intersection C minus, now let's see what is n of A intersection B union C. So let us do this separately. Let me do here. So here we have n of A intersection B union C. So now if you apply this distributive law, this will be intersection is distributed over union. So we have n of A intersection B union A intersection C, right? Since by distributive law. So here intersection is distributed over union. So A intersection B union A intersection C. So now we will take this as A and this as B. So this is of the form n of A union B. So again we will apply the same formula. We have n of A union B is n of A plus n of B minus n of A intersection B. So we will take A as A intersection B. So your n of A is A intersection B plus n of B is A intersection C minus n of A intersection B. So n of A is A intersection B, intersection B here is A intersection C, right? So now this will be n of A intersection B plus n of A intersection C minus n of A intersection B intersection A intersection C. So this is nothing but A intersection B intersection C. So this is one and the same, common between A, B and C. So now let's take this equation as 1. So now let's substitute this equation 1 here. So here n of A intersection B union C is n of A intersection B plus n of A intersection C minus n of A intersection B intersection C, right? So let me write the final answer, final formula. So this will be n of A plus n of B plus n of C. We will write this term first. So minus into plus is minus n of A intersection B. So this term we have taken. Here we have minus n of B intersection C. This term is gone. And here we have minus into plus is minus n of A intersection C, right? And we are left with only one term. This is gone. We are left with only this term. So minus of minus is plus n of A intersection B intersection C. So I repeat this equation. Here we have n of A, n of B plus n of C minus, this minus into plus is minus n of A intersection B, and we have minus n of B intersection C, and here C term is minus into plus is minus n of A intersection C plus, that is minus of minus is plus n of A intersection B intersection C. So we have written all the terms. So this is your final formula for n of A union B union C. So these are the three formulas you have to remember for solving the problem. I hope this is clear. Now let's move on to the problems, but before that, pause the video and note this down. Now let's see this direct problem. Here it says, if x and y are two sets such that x union y has 18 elements, x has 8 elements and y has 15 elements. How many elements does x intersection y have? So first let's write what is given. So given here is x union y has 18 elements. So number of elements in x union y is 18. So this is how you write number of elements in x union y, that is 18. Next we have x has 8 elements. So number of elements in set x is 8, and in y has 15 elements. So number of elements in set y has 15 elements. How many elements does x intersection y? So how many elements does x intersection y has? So we have to find this. We know the formula. Number of elements in x union y is equal to n of A, here A is x, plus n of B, here B is y, minus n of x intersection y, right? So here n of x is 8 plus 15 minus 18, which is equal to 8 plus 15 will give you 23. So plus 23 minus 18 will give you plus 5. So 5. So number of elements in x union y is 5. Now let's move on to second type of problem. So now let's see this problem. Here it says, in a group of 70 people, 37 likes coffee, 52 likes tea, and each person likes at least one of the two drinks. How many people like both coffee and tea? So first let C be a set. Set of people who likes coffee. And let T be a set of people who likes tea. So let's read the question. Here it says, in a group of 70 people. So in this 70 people, there are people who likes coffee, there are people who likes tea, there are people who likes both tea and coffee. There might be a people who doesn't like both tea and coffee. Agreed. But in this question, further it says 37 likes coffee, 52 likes tea, and each person likes at least one of the two drinks. So there is no question of people doesn't like both tea and coffee. So in this case, this 70 people is union, that is C union T. If in case this sentence is not given, which sentence? Here, each person likes at least one of the two drinks. If this sentence is not given, in that case you cannot take this as union, because there might be a people who doesn't like both tea and coffee. Agreed? In that case you will take this as universal set. We will see that type of problem next, but now we will continue with this. How many people, here it says how many people like both coffee and tea. So here we have to find a number of people who likes both coffee and tea, means C intersection T. So this we have to find. Here what is given? Here n of C union T is given, that is 70, because it says each person likes at least one of the two drinks. So this is union. So next we have 37 likes coffee. So number of people who likes coffee is 37, and number of people who likes tea is 52. So simply put the formula. We know the formula. N of C union T is equal to N of C plus N of T minus N of C intersection T. So here we know C union T, so that is 70, which is equal to N of C is 37 plus N of T is 52 minus N of C intersection T. So this implies, when we bring this to this other side, so N of C intersection T is equal to 37 plus 52 minus 70. So this will give you 19. So number of people who likes both tea and coffee are 19. I hope this is clear. Now let's move on to next problem. So now let's see this problem. Here it says, in a survey of 400 students in a school, 100 were listed as taking apple juice, 150 as taking orange juice, and 75 were listed as taking both apple as well as orange juice. Find how many people were taking neither apple juice nor orange juice. So first let A be the set of people who takes apple juice. This implies number of people who takes apple juice is 100. And let O be the set of people who take orange juice. So number of people who takes orange juice is 150, right? And 75 were listed as taking both apple as well as orange juice. That means A intersection O is how many? 75. So 75 people take both apple and orange juice. Now if you see the question here it says in a survey of 400 students. So in this 400 students, there are people who are taking orange juice, there are people who are taking apple juice, plus there are people who are taking both orange and apple juice, and also there are people who are not taking any of the juice. Agreed? Neither apple juice nor orange juice. There are people who are not taking any juice. So this is not a union, right? And they have also said here, find how many people were taking neither apple juice nor orange juice. It is clear. That means there are people who are not taking any of the juices. So here first we will find N of A union O. So we have all other details, right? So let's, using formula we can find N of A union O is equal to N of A plus N of B minus N of, sorry, here B is O, right? So N of A intersection O. So this is equal to N of A is 100 plus N of O is 150 minus N of A intersection O is 75. So this will give you 100 plus 150 is 250. 250 minus 75 will give you 175. Here we got union, that is A union O, which means this in this 175 students, there are students who are taking apple juice, there are students who are taking orange juice, plus there are students who are taking both the juices. But here they have asked us to find how many people were taking neither apple juice nor orange juice, which means we have to minus 175 from this universal set 400 students. So 400 minus 175 will give you the students who are not taking any of the juices. Agreed? So we have number of students taking neither apple juice nor orange juice are N of U, that is universal set, minus N of A union O. So here universal set is 400 minus this is 175. So this will give you 225. So there are 225 students who are not taking any of the juices. I hope this is clear. You can also solve this type of problem by using De Morgan's law. Whenever you see a problem with neither, as you can see in this problem we have how many, find how many people were taking neither apple juice nor orange juice, neither. So in this type of problem you can also go for De Morgan's law, where you have to use N of A dash intersection B dash is equal to N of A union B the whole dash. Here N of A union B the whole dash is nothing but U minus N of A union B. Agreed? This we have seen in complement of a set. So yeah, U here is nothing but N of U. So N of U minus N of A union B. So N of U is nothing but, we know it's 400. So 400 minus N of A union B. Here A union B is nothing but A union O, which is 175. So you will get directly, right? So 225. So this formula you can apply only when you have a problem with of this type, saying neither this nor that. So you can go for this formula directly. I hope this is clear. Now let's see the next problem, but before that pause the video and note this down. So now let's see this problem. Here it says in a group of 400 people, 250 can speak Hindi and 200 can speak English. How many people can speak both Hindi and English? So let's take let H be the set of people who are speaking Hindi. So this is nothing but number of people who are speaking Hindi is 250, and we have let E be the set of people who are speaking English. So number of people who are speaking English is how many? 200. How many people can speak both Hindi and English? That means we have to find number of people who are speaking both Hindi and English is intersection E, H intersection E, which is equal to how much, right? So now if you see this problem, here it says in a group of 400 people. So in this 400 people, there are people who are speaking Hindi, there are people who are speaking English, there are people who are speaking both Hindi and English. There might be people who are not speaking either English nor Hindi. But in this problem, they have given only two datas. Number of people who are speaking Hindi and number of people who are speaking English. Here two unknowns are there, right? So N of H union E is also unknown, and N of H intersection E is also unknown. In that case, you have to assume this 400 as union. Only in that case. So let's assume each person speak either English or Hindi. If you assume so, then we can say N of H union E is equal to 400, which means there is no people in this 400 who cannot speak Hindi or English. Every person speaks either English or Hindi. So in that case, we can take N of H union E is equal to 400. So now that we got union, we can find intersection, right? So we know the formula N of H union E is equal to N of H plus N of E minus N of H intersection E, which implies here N of H union E is 400 is equal to N of H is 250 plus N of E is 200 minus N of H intersection E. So this implies N of H intersection E is equal to 250 plus 200 will give you 450. So 450 minus 400 will give you 50, right? So the number of people who can speak both Hindi and English are 50. I hope this is clear. Now let's see one last type of problem. But before that, pause the video and note this down. So now let's see this last problem. Here it says there are 200 individuals with a skin disorder. 120 had been exposed to chemical C1, 50 to chemical C2 and 30 to both chemicals C1 and C2. Find the number of individuals exposed to chemical C1 but not chemical C2. We have to find chemical C2 but not chemical C1, and also we have to find chemical C1 or chemical C2. So first let's write what is given. So here it says there are number of C1, number of people who are exposed to chemical C1 are 120. So number of C1 is 120 and number of people who are exposed to chemical C2 are 50 and number of people who are exposed to both C1 and C2. That means intersection, right? 30. Here if you see there are 200 individuals with a skin order. So in this 200 individuals, there are people who are exposed to chemical C1, there are people who are exposed to C2, plus there are people who are exposed to both C1 and C2. There might be people who are not exposed to the chemicals, right? So this is not your union. This is your universal set. So therefore we can say this is N of U is 200. Here we have to find chemical C1 but not C2, which means we have to find N of C1 minus C2. Chemical C1 but not C2. What is this? Let's see in the Venn diagram. So this is U. We have people who are exposed to chemical C1 and these are the people who are exposed to chemical C2. And what is this? This is, we know, C1 intersection C2. And what is this part? That is C1 minus C2, right? And this is C2 minus C1. This part from this region, right? So now what is N of C1 minus C2? That is this region. So from C1, if you minus, this C1 intersection C2, that will give you C1 minus C2, right? So N of C1 minus N of C1 intersection C2. So here what is N of C1? N of C1 is 120 minus N of C1 intersection C2 is 30, which is equal to 90. So here 90 people are exposed to chemical C1 but not chemical C2. Now let's find chemical C2 but not chemical C1, which means we have to find, let me do here, N of C2 minus C1. Chemical C2 but not chemical C1. Now what is N of C2 minus C1? So what is this region? So that means from C2, if you minus this, that will give you C2 minus C1, which is equal to N of C2 minus N of C1 intersection C2. So here N of C2 is 50. So 50 minus 30, N of C1 intersection C2 is 30. So this will give you 50 minus 30 is 20. So 20 people are exposed to chemical C2 but not C1. Now let's see the last one here, chemical C1 or chemical C2. Any of these chemicals, that means it's union, right? So let me erase this. Now let's see the third one. Here we have to find chemical C1 or chemical C2, which means any chemicals. The people who are exposed to any of these chemicals, C1 or C2, which means N of C1 union C2. We know N of A union B, that is N of C1 plus N of C2 minus N of C1 intersection C2. We know this formula, right? This is equal to C1 is 120 plus N of C2 is 50 minus intersection is 30, which will give you 120 plus 50 is 170. So 170 minus 30 will give you 140. So therefore 140 people are exposed to any of the chemicals C1 or C2. So I hope this is clear. So this is it in this video. If you want me to solve some more problems under this topic, do let me know in the comment section below. I'll be happy to do so. See you soon. Till then, take care. Almighty bless.